Imagine you're a 17-year-old boy showcasing your talent in the French Ligue 1. Suddenly, one of the world's top football clubs spends a huge fee to sign you. But despite their enthusiasm, they leave you in France for the rest of the season. Then you're sent out on loan after loan, never getting a chance to prove your worth on their first team. 3 years pass, and just when you think you've been forgotten and you are no longer in their plan, one of the world's giant clubs like Real Madrid shows interest in you. The news spreads, and suddenly the club that let you down for 3 consecutive years is now asking you to extend your contract and finally ask you play for them. So would you forgive and extend your contract? Most of us would say a resounding no. But for William Saliba, this wasn't even a decision that required a second thought when he extended his contract. Many might think this was a bad decision, but as the reason behind it will explain everything, make sure to stay to the end.
It was an easy decision to extend my contract. I was on loan the first year, and then I came here. I didn't play for 6 months. Then I was on loan for 1 year and a half. And yeah, it's good.
William Andre Gabriel Saliba was born in March 2001 in Bondy, France. So Bondi is one of the poorest places in France, but this town has a unique way of forging talent from adversity. For many of us, the name Bondi seems familiar. It's because this is also where the football prodigy Kylian Mbappe began his career. From a very young age, William Saliba was captivated by football. Just imagine, at just 3 years of age, he told his parents his dream was to be a professional footballer. Though his family wasn't into football at first place, they understood his passion and gifted him his first football in Arsenal kit. At the age of 6, William joined the Bondi Football Training Center, which at that time was coached by none other than Wilfried Mbappe, who was already shaping his son Kylian to be a world-class player. Under Wilfried's guidance, William played as a striker, inspired by his idol Thierry Henry. The reason was, despite Henry's massive physique, he was known for his explosive speed and ability to use his body to hold onto the ball while scoring spectacular goals, and it's no wonder Saliba also wanted to be just like him.
Who's your favorite player right now?
In Arsenal?
Yeah.
Henry.
Is it? Yeah, because I can see your feet. You got the feet.
It was on my back, on the
Oh
shirt.
yeah. Oh wow. Was you a striker when you was little?
Yeah.
After 8 impactful years at Bondi Academy, Saliba transitioned to Montfermeil, which was 2 years before his move to Saint-Étienne in 2016. Interestingly, Saliba initially played as a striker, not a center back as we all know him now. His impressive growth to 6 feet tall at just 15 years old caught the attention of Montfermeil's manager, Roland Courbis. A former defender himself saw great potential in Saliba and persuaded him to switch from striker to center back, a decision that changed William Saliba's life forever. Within 2 years, Saint-Étienne scouts were already reporting on Saliba, and the club didn't waste any time to go after him. Though Saliba thought he would be playing for the first team, the competition at Saint-Étienne was tough, and Saliba spent 2 years in the under-21 team before making his first team debut in 2018 at just 17. His defensive awareness, his calmness, his nearly perfect tackling, and his great ball-carrying abilities made him a wanted player across all Europe. As Saliba's impressive performance made every club wish to get him, there were 2 clubs that wanted him the most: Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal. So back then in 2019, Arsenal's defensive performance was terrible, and it was planned by the club board to be rebuilt by bringing in young talents. Initially, that young talent was not Saliba, but rather his France national teammate, Dayot Upamecano. Unfortunately, Upamecano's price was too expensive for Arsenal, which led them to search for another, more affordable young talent defender. When Arsenal scouts watched Saliba, they immediately thought they had found a cheaper version of Upamecano, but little did they know that they had found the better one. Both Arsenal and Tottenham rushed to secure Saliba's signature. And obviously, Saliba chose Arsenal over Tottenham as he had been a diehard Arsenal fan since he was a child. Arsenal manager at that time, Unai Emery, did not want to put pressure on the 18-year-old Saliba and decided to loan him back to Saint-Étienne for another year. The following season, Saliba's impressive performance became even better, which made many Arsenal fans eager to see him playing for their club. As the season ended, Saliba headed to his new club, where many French footballers like Thierry Henry and Patrick Vieira had shined. However, things took unexpected turns. Arsenal's head coach, Unai Emery, was replaced by Mikel Arteta. Despite Arteta's love for young talents and giving chances to players like Bukayo Saka, Emile Smith-Rowe, and Martinelli, he was ruthless with Saliba, benching him for the entire Community Shield match against Liverpool. Not only that, Arteta decided to send Saliba on another loan to Nice FC. Then Arteta signed some expensive defenders like Ben White for $50 million from Brighton and Gabriel Magalhaes for $30 million from Lille. Many Arsenal fans were upset and started thinking that Arteta didn't like Saliba because he was not his choice of defender, but rather Saliba was the previous manager's choice. Another year passed, and Saliba returned to Arsenal with an astonishing performance from Nice. At that time, many expected Arteta to give Saliba at least a chance to prove himself, but you guessed it, Arteta decided to send Saliba to Olympique de Marseille on another loan. Arteta told Saliba that the reason for sending him on loan was to gain more experience. But the fans couldn't understand this because Arsenal had one of the most terrible defenses in the Premier League back then. As time went on, and at the final fixture match of the 2021-22 season, Arsenal lost their last chance to participate in the Champions League tournament with their poor defending performance, which allowed their rivals Tottenham to finish above them. This time, it was 100% sure that Arsenal had a defending problem, and the solution to this problem was not sending on loan someone who could solve it. Despite all the anger of Arsenal fans, Saliba joined Olympique de Marseille. He contributed to Marseille's journey, making 52 appearances and reaching the European Conference League semifinals. Saliba's exceptional performances led to him receiving the Ligue 1 Young Player of the Year award and a spot in the Team of the Year. At this time, many clubs thought that Saliba was not wanted by Arsenal's manager and tried their best to sign him. Some of the clubs included big names like Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Tottenham Hotspur. But things took an unexpected turn, and Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta finally decided that Saliba could be in his plans.
Argentine! 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 On a joué! On a joué! On a joué! On a joué! Bordeaux! 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 On les a tapés! On les a tapés! On les a tapés! On les a giflés! On les a giflés!
Saliba was finally integrated into Mikel Arteta's squad in 2022. He quickly impressed the Spanish coach with his no-jock defending and unmatched work ethic. From the very first game in an Arsenal shirt, Saliba became a fan favorite. It had been quite a while since Arsenal fans had seen a world-class defender in their team. Saliba didn't take long to make his mark, scoring his first goal with a stunning curling shot from the edge of the box in his third game. Saliba was a key figure in Arsenal's title challenge during the 2022-23 season. He established himself as one of the best defenders in recent times at just 23 years old, competing against the likes of Virgil van Dijk, Ruben Dias, John Stones, and many other big names. Saliba stood out. With Saliba in the squad, Arsenal won 21 of their first 27 matches, conceding only 25 goals, and held the top spot on the league table above Manchester City. These stats were impressive and marked a significant improvement for a club that had struggled with defensive issues for years. However, things took an unexpected turn in a match against Sporting Lisbon. William Saliba suffered a muscle injury in his lower back, which made him out for the rest of the season. Without him, Arsenal's defense crumbled. They were humiliated twice by Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, which knocked them out of the title race. Their defeat against Sporting Lisbon also ended their European League campaign. Arsenal had relied heavily on Saliba, and losing him to injury cost them dearly, as they lacked a defender of his caliber to fill the void. As the 2023-24 season began, Arsenal boasted one of the best defenses in the world, starting strong by defeating treble winners Manchester City in the Community Shield. The new season was even more competitive than the previous one, with Liverpool also rejoining the title race alongside Arsenal and Manchester City. Saliba's presence in the defense was crucial as Arsenal achieved the most clean sheets and conceded the fewest goals in the league, only 29. Despite these impressive defensive stats, Arsenal was narrowly beaten by Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, losing the title by just a 2-point gap. If you enjoyed this deep dive into William Saliba's journey, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment about your favorite moment in his career. And for more football stories, check out our video on the England history of failure. You don't want to miss it.